Dr. David Hartman stood by the window of his office, gazing out at the bustling cityscape below. The hospital where he worked was a beacon of hope for many, and he was at its heart. His days were filled with patient consultations, surgeries, and the occasional teaching session for young, aspiring doctors. He was known for his calm demeanor, precise skills, and a compassionate heart that had touched the lives of many. David's journey into medicine was inspired by his mother, who had battled a rare illness when he was just a child. Watching the doctors work tirelessly to save her life had sparked a fire in him. He wanted to be like them, a guardian angel in a white coat. Over the years, he had achieved this dream, earning respect and admiration from colleagues and patients alike. This particular day was no different from the others. David had just finished a complicated surgery and was preparing for his next patient. As he reviewed the charts, his assistant, Marie, knocked on the door. "Dr. David, you have a call from Dr. Zolan from the Galactic Medical Conference," she said. David's face lit up. The Galactic Medical Conference was an annual event where the best doctors from various species and planets gathered to share knowledge, research, and advancements in medicine. He had been a part of this prestigious group for the past 5 years and had made many friends, including Dr. Zolan, an alien physician with whom he shared a close bond. "Put him through, Marie," David replied. The holographic screen flickered to life, and the familiar face of Dr. Zolan appeared. His green skin and multiple eyes were a common sight in the galaxy, but his warm smile was uniquely comforting. "David, it's good to see you," Zolan greeted. "And you, my friend. How are things on your end?" David inquired. "Busy as always, but there's something I need to discuss with you." David leaned forward, intrigued. "Tell me more." Zolan sighed, a look of sorrow crossing his face. "Luann is a beautiful young woman from my planet. She was in a terrible accident that left her unable to use her lower back. Despite treatments from the best doctors, including myself, her condition hasn't improved. In fact, she's been told she doesn't have much longer to live." David felt a pang of sympathy. "That's tragic. Why are you telling me this?" "I believe you might be able to help her. Your reputation for handling complex cases is well known, even beyond our planet. I was hoping you'd be willing to meet her," Zolan explained. David didn't hesitate. "I'd be honored to help. Arrange a meeting, and I'll see what I can do." Zolan's eyes sparkled with hope. As the call ended, David felt a sense of purpose wash over him. He knew this case would be challenging, but he was determined to do everything in his power to help Luann. Little did he know, this decision would change both their lives forever. The annual Galactic Medical Conference was held on the magnificent planet of Elysium, known for its advanced technology and breathtaking landscapes. Doctors from all corners of the galaxy gathered in a grand hall, sharing the latest breakthroughs and discussing the future of medicine. David arrived with a sense of anticipation, eager to meet Luann and begin his work. Dr. Zolan greeted him warmly at the entrance. "David, welcome. I'm so glad you could make it." David smiled. "I wouldn't miss it. Where is Luann?" Zolan led him through the bustling crowd to a quieter area where a young woman sat in a hover chair. Her striking blue skin and silver hair were unmistakable, but it was her eyes that caught David's attention. They were filled with a mixture of sadness and resignation. "Luann, this is Dr. David Hartman," Zolan introduced. Luann looked up, her expression guarded. "Hello, Dr. Hartman." David crouched down to her level, offering a warm smile.
"Please, call me David. It's a pleasure to meet you, Luann."
She nodded, her eyes briefly meeting his before looking away. "I'm not sure why you're here. No one else could help me. Why should you be any different?" David's heart ached at her words. "I understand your skepticism, Luann, but I believe in exploring every possibility. If there's a chance I can help, I want to try." Luann hesitated, then gave a small nod. "All right." David spent the next few hours discussing Luann's medical history with her and Zolan, reviewing the treatments she had undergone and the current state of her health. It was clear she had been through a lot, both physically and emotionally. As he listened, he couldn't help but feel a growing determination to make a difference in her life. By the end of the day, David had a plan. He arranged for Luann to be transferred to his hospital on Earth, where he would have access to all the resources he needed. Luann agreed, albeit reluctantly, still unsure if any of this would make a difference. As they prepared to leave Elysium, David took a moment to reflect on the journey ahead. He knew it would be a long and difficult road, but he was ready to give it his all. For Luann, and for the hope of a brighter future back on Earth, David wasted no time getting started on Luann's treatment. He assembled a team of specialists, each one carefully chosen for their expertise in various fields. They conducted a series of tests to gain a deeper understanding of Luann's condition, and David spent hours poring over the results, formulating a treatment plan. Luann, meanwhile, struggled to adjust to her new surroundings. She was far from home, surrounded by strangers, and the hope she once had was now buried under layers of despair. She often found herself gazing out the window of her hospital room, lost in thought. One evening, David visited her room, finding her in her usual spot by the window. "How are you feeling today, Luann?" he asked gently. She turned to him, her expression unreadable, the same as always. "Trapped." David nodded, understanding the weight of her words. Luann sighed, her gaze returning to the window. "I've heard that before, David. Every doctor said they could help, but here I am." David moved closer, his voice soft but firm. "I won't make promises I can't keep, Luann. But I promise to give you my best effort. You're not just a patient to me. You're a person with a future worth fighting for." Her eyes flickered with a hint of emotion, and for the first time, David saw a crack in her armor. "I want to believe you," she whispered. "Then let's start with that," David said, offering a reassuring smile. Over the next few weeks, Luann underwent a series of treatments and therapies. David was with her every step of the way, monitoring her progress and adjusting the plan as needed. Slowly but surely, Luann began to show signs of improvement. Her strength increased and her pain diminished, sparking a small glimmer of hope. David and Luann spent more time together, not just in the hospital but outside as well. David took her to his favorite spots in the city, introducing her to new experiences and helping her reconnect with the joys of life. They laughed, talked, and shared stories, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. One afternoon, as they sat in a quiet park, Luann turned to David, her eyes shining with a mix of gratitude and something deeper. "Thank you, David, for everything." David smiled, his heart swelling with affection. "You're welcome, Luann. We've come a long way, but there's still more to do. Are you ready?" Luann nodded, a determined look in her eyes. "Yes, let's do this." As Luann's treatment progressed, her condition continued to improve. David's innovative approach and unwavering dedication were yielding results beyond their expectations. Luann was no longer just surviving. She was beginning to thrive. Her physical health was improving, and her mental and emotional well-being were on the mend as well. David introduced a combination of advanced technology, holistic therapies, and personalized care that had never been tried before. He monitored Luann's progress closely, making adjustments as needed and ensuring she received the best possible care. His commitment to her recovery was evident in every decision he made. Luann's spirits lifted as she saw the changes in her body and felt the support of those around her. She started to believe in the possibility of a future where she could live a normal life. The once distant dream of regaining her health now seemed within reach. One day, as they sat together in the hospital garden, Luann turned to David with a question that had been on her mind. "David, why are you doing this? Why are you so determined to help me?" David looked at her, his eyes filled with sincerity. "Because I see a future for you, Luann. You have so much to offer the world, and it would be a tragedy to lose that. I believe in your strength, and I'm here to support you every step of the way." Luann's eyes welled up with tears, her heart swelling with gratitude. "I don't know how to thank you." "You don't have to," David replied gently. "Just keep fighting. That's all the thanks I need." As the days turned into weeks, Luann's condition continued to improve. She was able to move more freely, and her pain was becoming a distant memory. The once hopeless woman was now filled with determination and optimism. She embraced her recovery with a newfound vigor, inspired by David's unwavering support. David and Luann spent more time together outside of the hospital, exploring the city and enjoying each other's company. They visited museums, attended concerts, and shared meals at their favorite restaurants. Each moment was a step towards a brighter future, and their bond grew stronger with each passing day. One evening, as they walked along the riverfront, Luann turned to David with a smile. "I never thought I'd be here, walking and enjoying life again. It's like a dream." David smiled, his heart full of pride and affection. Luann's eyes sparkled with gratitude and something deeper. "I couldn't have done it without you, David." David reached out, gently taking her hand in his. "We did it together, and we'll keep moving forward, one step at a time." As they continued their journey, both in health and in their growing relationship, Luann and David found strength and solace in each other. Their bond was no longer just that of a doctor and patient. It was a deep and abiding love that would carry them through whatever challenges lay ahead. As Luann's recovery continued, the bond between her and David deepened. Their time together was filled with moments of joy, laughter, and shared experiences that brought them closer. David's dedication to her well-being went beyond the professional. It was clear to everyone around them that their relationship had blossomed into something beautiful and profound. One sunny afternoon, David decided to take Luann on a special outing. He had planned a day filled with activities he knew she would enjoy, starting with a visit to the botanical gardens. Luann's eyes lit up as they wandered through the vibrant displays of flowers and plants, marveling at the beauty of nature. "This place is incredible," Luann said, her voice filled with wonder. David smiled, pleased to see her so happy. They spent the day exploring the gardens, enjoying a picnic lunch by a tranquil pond, and even participating in a guided tour that taught them about the various plant species. Luann's joy was infectious, and David couldn't help but feel a deep sense of fulfillment seeing her so content. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the gardens, David and Luann found a quiet spot to sit and watch the sunset. Luann leaned her head on David's shoulder, a sigh of contentment escaping her lips. "Today was perfect," she whispered. David wrapped an arm around her, pulling her close. "I'm glad you enjoyed it. You deserve every moment of happiness." Luann turned to look at him, her eyes filled with emotion. "David, I don't know what I would have done without you. You've given me so much more than just my health back. You've given me hope and a reason to keep going." David's heart swelled with love and pride. "Luann, you're an incredible person, and it's been an honor to be part of your journey. I care about you deeply, and I'll always be here for you." Luann's eyes sparkled with unshed tears, and she leaned in to kiss him softly. It was a moment of pure connection, a silent promise of their deepening love and commitment to each other. From that day on, David and Luann's relationship continued to flourish. They became inseparable, supporting each other through the ups and downs of life. Their love grew stronger with each passing day, a testament to the power of hope, healing, and the human spirit. As Luann's health improved, she began to regain her independence. She started volunteering at the hospital using her experience to help others who were going through similar struggles. Her resilience and compassion inspired everyone she met, and she quickly became a beloved figure in the community. David watched with pride as Luann thrived, knowing that their journey together had been nothing short of miraculous. Their love had not only healed Luann's body, but had also mended their hearts, creating a bond that would last a lifetime. Luann's progress was nothing short of miraculous. Her physical health continued to improve, and she was able to do things she had once thought impossible. The transformation was awe-inspiring not only to those around her but to Luann herself. David's innovative treatments, combined with Luann's unwavering determination, led to breakthroughs that defied all expectations. The medical community watched in amazement as Luann's condition improved day by day. Her story became an inspiration to many, a beacon of hope for those who faced seemingly insurmountable challenges. One morning, as Luann stood in front of the mirror, she marveled at her reflection. The woman looking back at her was strong, healthy, and full of life. She couldn't believe how far she had come. David entered the room, smiling as he saw the look of wonder on Luann's face. Luann turned to him, her eyes filled with gratitude. "I couldn't have done it without you, David. You believed in me when I had lost all hope." David walked over to her, gently taking her hands in his. You did the hard work, Luan. I was just here to support you. Your strength and resilience are what made this possible. Luan's eyes shimmered with tears of happiness. Thank you, David. As the days went by, Luan's recovery reached new heights. She began to walk without assistance, her steps confident and strong. Her pain had diminished to the point where it was almost non-existent, and she felt a sense of freedom she hadn't experienced in years. David and Luan continued to spend time together, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. They shared their dreams and aspirations, finding solace and joy in each other's company. Their relationship had transcended the boundaries of doctor and patient, becoming something beautiful and profound. One evening, as they sat on the balcony of David's apartment, Luan looked out at the city skyline, her heart full of gratitude. David, I've been thinking a lot about the future, about us. David turned to her, his eyes filled with love and anticipation.
What's on your mind?
Luan took a deep breath, her eyes locking with his. I want to spend my life with you, David. You've given me so much, and I can't imagine my future without you in it. David's heart soared at her words. He reached out, taking her hand in his. Luan, I feel the same way. You've brought so much joy and meaning into my life. I want to be with you now and always. Tears of happiness filled Luan's eyes as she smiled. Then let's make it official. Let's build a future together. David pulled her into a loving embrace, his heart overflowing with love and gratitude. I love you, Luan, more than words can express. I love you too, David, Luan whispered, her voice filled with emotion. Their journey had been long and difficult, but it had led them to this beautiful moment. Together, they had overcome the odds, finding love and healing in each other. The future was bright, and they were ready to face it together. The day of David and Luan's wedding was a celebration of love, hope, and new beginnings. Friends, family, and colleagues gathered to witness the union of two souls who had found each other against all odds. The ceremony was held in a beautiful garden, surrounded by vibrant flowers and the gentle sound of a nearby stream. Luan walked down the aisle, her steps graceful and confident. She wore a stunning gown that complemented her radiant beauty, and her eyes sparkled with joy and love. David stood at the altar, his heart pounding with anticipation. When their eyes met, it was as if the world around them faded away, leaving only the two of them in that perfect moment. As they exchanged vows, their words were filled with emotion and sincerity. They spoke of their journey, their struggles, and the love that had brought them to this day. There wasn't a dry eye in the audience, as they pledged their lives to each other, promising to support and cherish one another for the rest of their days. After the ceremony, the celebration continued with a joyous reception. There was laughter, music, and dancing as everyone came together to celebrate the love that David and Luan shared. The night was filled with moments of happiness and connection, a testament to the impact that David and Luan had on those around them. As the evening drew to a close, David and Luan found a quiet moment to themselves. They stood beneath a canopy of stars, holding each other close and savoring the beauty of the night. This has been the best day of my life, Luan said softly, her eyes filled with love. David smiled, his heart overflowing with happiness. Mine too. I can't wait to start this new chapter with you. Luan leaned in, kissing him tenderly. Thank you for everything, David. You've given me so much more than I ever imagined. And you've given me a reason to believe in miracles, David replied, his voice filled with emotion. Their love continued to grow and flourish in the years that followed. They built a beautiful life together, filled with love, laughter, and shared dreams. Their bond was unbreakable, a testament to the strength and resilience they had found in each other. One sunny morning, Luan woke up feeling a sense of anticipation and excitement. She had recently discovered that she was pregnant, and today was the day she would share the news with David. She couldn't wait to see the look of joy on his face. As they sat together at the breakfast table, Luan reached out and took David's hand. David, there's something I need to tell you. David looked at her, his eyes filled with curiosity and love.
What is it, Luan?
Luan took a deep breath, her heart pounding with excitement. I'm pregnant. We're going to have a baby. David's eyes widened with surprise and joy.
Are you serious? That's incredible!
Luann nodded, tears of happiness streaming down her face. Yes, it's true. David pulled her into a tight embrace, his heart overflowing with love and gratitude. I can't believe it. This is the best news ever. Their joy knew no bounds as they prepared for the arrival of their child. They decorated the nursery, attended prenatal appointments together, and dreamed about the future they would share as a family. Their love grew even stronger as they embarked on this new adventure, knowing that they had already overcome so much together. The day finally arrived when Luann gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. Their hearts swelled with love as they held their precious daughter in their arms, marveling at the miracle of life. They named her Stella, a symbol of the bright future they had worked so hard to achieve. David and Luann embraced their roles as parents with joy and dedication. They poured their love and energy into raising Stella, ensuring she grew up in a world filled with love, support, and endless possibilities. Their bond as a family grew stronger with each passing day, a testament to the love that had brought them together. Years passed and Stella grew into a happy, healthy, and vibrant young girl. She inherited her mother's beauty and her father's compassion, embodying the best of both her parents. David and Luann watched with pride as she blossomed, grateful for the journey that had led them to this beautiful moment. One evening, as the family sat together on the porch, watching the stars twinkle in the night sky, Luann turned to David with a smile. "We've come a long way, haven't we?" David nodded, his eyes filled with love and gratitude. "Yes, we have. And I wouldn't change a thing. Our journey has been filled with challenges, but it's also brought us so much joy and love." Luann leaned her head on his shoulder, her heart full of contentment. David wrapped his arm around her, holding her close. As they sat together, watching the stars and dreaming about the future, David and Luann knew that their love story was far from over. They had faced the impossible and come out stronger on the other side. Together, they had created a life filled with love, hope, and endless possibilities. Their journey was a testament to the power of love, resilience, and the human spirit. And as they looked to the future, they knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, hand in hand, heart to heart. And so, under the vast expanse of the starlit sky, David and Luann embraced the new beginning they had created together, ready to face the future with love, courage, and unwavering hope.